much about like how to use language effectively, and especially language. The language we are talking of here is language, and we have been hearing from Dr. Orindo Modo yesterday, very nicely, very loosely that he have explained us with examples for sure, and with a little practice work, that how a student life can actually implement and use English language in a very effective way so that the meaning be delivered. So, I'm very tempted today. I must say something which will like take you back to a little theory, which is more philosophical, but yes, it is the backbone and the structure. So we have we are talking of language, isn't it? Talking of communication. So we do have this meaning part of it to be delivered. What is to be delivered? The meaning is to be delivered. So, like if you go by Indian philosophy and even in the Western part also, there are sense and there is reference of a word. There is the meaning theory of the word, like the coherence theory and the referential theory and the correspondence theory. And on the Indian counterpart, we have the Nyaya and the Vaisheshika and this thing, the Mimamsaka. We have all of them talking of words and of their meanings. And they have this Lakshyartha, and they have this intended meaning, this significant meaning, and the Bhakyartha. There are several things, and they talk of like the Shakti or the primary meaning of a word. So these are actually the backbone, perhaps, that the structure for sure, because we have a whole lineage from the later Vedic period and the Shukrokaro period and everything. And then actually the language developed right from Sanskrit and then English and then to Bengali and the provincial languages and everything. Okay. So we are talking of a workshop. We are in a workshop. We are talking of practice. We are talking of the pragmatic side of implementation. But yes, there is a theory part as well. There's there are participants here in this workshop from different disciplines. You have different orientations, but this particular workshop, we are all here. You have all participated with a common aim. The aim is to learn something, to practice a little, and yes, to implement in future. So we'll be here with you today again with Professor Nilanjana Chatterjee, and she is our own faculty member of Durgapur Government College, Department of English. Everyone knows, ma'am. She is a very beautiful lady, talks quite well, and yes, she's very eloquent. So we are all here to hear from you, ma'am, something. And it will be simply like a very nice conversation based on practice. It's an in-house lecture, and we are all very eager to participate. Yes, students, and yes, there is a very important point. It was very nice to see almost all of you, 36 plus, to join the Google Classroom. Please wait for your assignment after the workshop. So yes, ma'am, over to you. Could you please start? Yeah.
Thank you, Bhumika Di, for that kind introduction. Um, Let me introduce to my students, students who are from other departments who do not know me. I am your MC ma'am. That's how I have started to think of myself these days. That's the only solace that I have in my mind, that is MC ma'am. And slowly we will discover, how to introduce yourself. I don't even know how much I have to introduce myself. But basically the structure of today's lecture has been divided into four parts so that I can touch all the four parts. Have 1 hour time. Within that, I have chosen four topics. That is, one is monologue and dialogue model. Second, that will lead us, one is connected with the other. Monologue dialogue model would take us after group discussion, interview, and after interview, I think we'll have another 15 minutes time when we can deal with public speech, communication skills related to public. So 15 minutes each. Okay. So that's how I would like to do today's lecture. Right. And most importantly, the students, please feel empowered to talk and to discuss. Okay, this is a session, this is a workshop. This is not a one-way traffic. This is a workshop where I would definitely require your help and your meaningful communication, your feedback as and when required. Okay, so please feel yourself empowered enough to interact. Without your interaction, classes of no energy. First, effective communication skills and within this dynamic, monologue versus dialogue. First, let us see the basic principles of communication. So what is communication? Communication is a discourse. Communication is not always what I'm talking, but it is also something when I'm listening. It's about questioning. It's about your body language. It's about your tone. It's about your understanding. Based on this, let me discuss two models and you identify, you the student, what is monologue, which is dialogue. Now, the first question to the participants is, how did you learn communication? That is, if I ask, there are 47 students, all right? Yeah. So if I ask one of you, Anuradha Show, suppose if I ask you, Anuradha, please be kind enough to unmute yourself and talk. What was the first sentence that you spoke as a child? A small child interacting, with that big world. What was the first sentence? Has your mom told you? What was the first word or first sentence that you uttered, Anuradha? Or in that case, anybody, Amit, Apurvo, Dipasha, Dipti, Garima, Ishan. What was the first word that you uttered? Prashanto, what was the first word? ছোটবেলায় কোন প্রথম শব্দটা তোমরা উচ্চারণ করেছিলে? Mom? Ma?
Mom.
Ma. All right. Okay. Let me take this word ma. All right, fine. Why did you first ask for ma? Was it a kind of a philosophic engagement with your ma? Was it that kind of, the first word was bua, ma? All right, yeah, okay, I understand. So basically, it was a word. And there, a small child as you, looking at the whole world, that time when you were uttering ma, remember it was a kind of see, the first word was bua. All right, Ishan, I got it. Okay. So basically, you are looking for something. All right. And when you were small, remember the first sentence is that you say, "Itta choy." Right. Something like that. So you see, when you were children, the way you talked to us, there was a demand. Ma. That ma was not today's mama. Ishu ma. It was not this ma. Ma. All right. It was ma. That means an identity, and you were sort of demanding her presence, right? So there was a kind of demand. You wanted to persuade, and there was a sort of uh, you were sort of defending yourself. That is what I want, all right? So it was a kind of my need, my necessity. If it is ma, of course, that it came out from an anxiety. You felt the whole world is against you, and you are the one who wants this thing and who would be denied this. So you would be demanding for it. So that means you have chosen a position. Position where you think There is nobody else to help you, and there you need to utter a word or a sentence where you need to control and demand something. So there is, so the words that are coming within, this is the first model that I'm talking about. First model that you learned when you were a child. When you were a child, all right? So there was standing tone, trying to control the situation. You want something, eight done, quick done. It was always something like that. And also, you are this child looking at the world, and what kind of relationship are you creating with the world? The relationship that you're creating with the world is me against the parents, me against the family, balloon, wall, and where you feel the whole world is against you and you are demanding. This is one kind of communication that is taking. Now, happens when you talk from this point of view. When you look at the world from this point of view, from where you think that you need to defend, you need to demand for something, what kind of position is this? This position is me versus the world. It means I am right and everybody else is wrong. It means I demand. It means I don't have faith enough. When it is your workspace, it means I don't have faith enough in you. It means I experience that I am alone. Now, let me try something. Again for the students. I told you when you were children, you have taken help of this model of defending yourself, this model of taking control over something. So please tell me, any of you, any experience in your life where you have undergone in your adulthood, have you ever used this model? Suppose you have gone to a hospital, suppose you have gone to the airport, suppose you have gone to the marketplace. Right, students, this is for you. Please interact with me. Somebody please unmute yourself and tell what has happened. Have you ever used these kind of models?
Any one of you? Yes? বাংলাতেও কথা বলতে পারো, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই।
বাংলাতে বলতে পারো। এই মডেলটা কখন ইউজ করেছো? এইটা চাই।
বলো বলো।
প্যান্ডেমিকের সময় হসপিটালে গিয়ে রিসেপশনে এমার্জেন্সিতে কখনো বলেছো দিস ইজ হোয়াট আই ওয়ান্ট?
বা রেস্টুরেন্টে
world was against you. Any one of you.
ইন্টারঅ্যাক্ট করো, ম্যাডামের সাথে কথা বলো, আদারওয়াইজ দ্য পারপাস অফ কমিউনিকেশন তো ওয়ান ওয়ে হয়ে যাবে, তোমরা কথা বলো।
Yes, ma'am, it does happen when we are interacting with our friends.
Happens you have tried to use monologue?
Yes, ma'am, sometimes.
Have you ever tried this in some official space? At some work space? Where you needed to control your emotion and still you have tried to defend yourself, you have tried to take a position where you felt that the others were against you and you are the only person who is right. Have you ever done this at workspace? Ishan, can I get an example? A small example. That's the sentence, the monologue, that's the sentence.
Okay. In the sense, I do not naturally or instinctively take anything offensively, but it was an instance where somebody told me an offensive sentence about about something. So I confronted him. He was my teacher in school. So it was quite messy, quite a messy thing. So
yeah. So the bottom line is when you took the monologue model, when you took this model, when you adopted this model, the result that you said that both of you did not reach any. Two people were sick. From where you had started, there itself. Because this model simply doesn't. Fine, I will tell you.
I agree.
So at least from one thing we came to know that when you took help of this model did not lead you get into. What went wrong? What went wrong with the child? What went wrong with him and his teacher? All right. So then, when Ishan could not connect to his teacher, he had to say something. He was already suffering from an anxiety. His situation was he has taken his position and in the past. He's no more in the present and he's not thinking about future. He is haunted by the past. A preconceived notion that this teacher is who's suffering with. We are human. And we have, this, this, what to say, this desire on this. If this model doesn't help me, the monologue model, and still I wish to connect. ঠিক আছে, আমি আজকে বলতে এসেছি যে আমরা টিচাররা মিলে তোমাদের জন্য একটা আয়োজন করেছি. What is our intention? So what happens when we want to connect? Now I'm referring to the other model. Here, in this other model, which is different from monologue, talk about words like collaborating. Because when you are into a dialogue model, which is the opposite of monologue, there you are collaborating. Yes, we have made a mistake. Ishan is collaborating. Ishan is discussing, is sorting it. Says that he will be in this. So collaboration is there, listening is there. In a monologue, you don't listen. I know what he will say. I know what she will do. All right? Monologue have already taken this fix. But in dialogue, you are dealing with the present. You believe in the present. You think something is going to change, something more positive is going to happen. We are going to reach somewhere from this argument. So something, at least ঈশানের টিচারের যে পজিশন ছিল আর ঈশান যে পজিশন ছিল সেখান থেকে ওরা কিছুটা বেরিয়ে আসে এই মিউচুয়াল এই বিশ্বাসটা প্রেজেন্ট আর আরেকটা one that is the dialogue model helps you to open and the other model is where you defend, you are attacking. This happens in our work. This happens at our workplace. Don't think telling is something that happens elsewhere. It happens here. It happens inside your classroom. It happens everywhere. And the next point of this dialogue model is that here we have two. কালকে যে টিচারকে বলবো কালকে দেখি টিচার কি বলে I am feeling that I want to come out of this book. Alright, so এখানে curiosity আসবে. You may discover something new. Something new is going to happen. Kumikadi, when she is arranging with her team this something, she's arranging this workshop, I can still feel, she was so excited. So basically, she was also opting for a dialogue method with her collaborator. This is typical example of dialogue where she tries to that workshop to become a. Alright, in these 2 days, we have started a journey. It's going to lead from here to there. So, Logi, perfect. Have an experience. Feel you are vulnerable and you do. So that is about the monologue and dialogue model. And here, in the dialogue model, you have that's where the relationship occurs. দেখবে তোমার যেখানে রিলেশনশিপ আছে খুব বাজে খুব ডিফিকাল্ট একটা সিচুয়েশন একটা ওয়ার্ড একটা ফিলিং but still you feel like discussing it because you feel that here communication can take place and this model is very essential especially at workplace. Workplace monologue chole na. You can't defend your students when you go out of the campus you have to more and more make use of this dialogue. So what happens when you are at office? আমি যদি ধর অফিসে যাচ্ছি so most of the time আমরা স্টুডেন্টের কাছে কমপ্লেইনটা পাই Immediately what we say is that, why don't you talk to your friends? Why don't you talk to your colleagues? Or suppose I have a problem. I go and tell it to another colleague. And my colleague says, why don't you go and talk with the next colleague? I already know. I already know. So I'm already so imprisoned in my past. I use authoritative, exclusive, direct sentences. আমার জানা আছে কি হবে ওখানে গিয়ে কিচ্ছু হবে না ওই কলিগের সাথে আমার আর হবে না। The other hand, so if this is exclusive, dialogue is inclusive. You see that's how people, yeah Ishan, that's how people close the scope of communication. Yes. So let me confess, that's how I have at certain points stopped communicating. No, no, আমি নিজে করেছি। It's a lesson. I'm not going to teach you anything. It's a lesson for me today. So what should have been my take? How can I engage you in? এই কলিগের সাথে আমি কি করে স্টার্ট করবো ডায়ালগ? মানে ও এক্স্যাক্টলি কি নিয়ে ভাবে এখন? আজকাল কি স্টুডেন্টদের নিয়ে বেশি ভাবছে, একটু বাগেনটা নিয়ে বেশি ভাবছে, আজকাল কি ও পার্টিকুলার কোন একটা ইউনিট নিয়ে বেশি ভাবছে, আমি ওইখান থেকে শুরু করবো। So this is the dialogue method. Right? You feel monologue what your experience is. I'm the only one who knows everything. I'm the only one who can do this. And remember, a superiority complex, the inferiority complex. I'm the only one who can do this. It means that somewhere I feel very. I feel আমার জায়গাটা চট করে কেউ নিয়ে নেবে। But when it comes to dialogue, it's a far easier way. Dialogue is the way of closing off. Yes, yes, yes. Closing off. And it comes from an anxiety. And when you are actually, collaborating, you are discussing, you are connecting, what is your expression? You believe in your present and you have a faith in your future. যা হয়ে গেছে হয়ে গেছে। চলো নতুন করে শুরু করি। Something new. তো তার মানে বুঝতে পারছো দুটো মানসিকতায় both the takes are different. All right. So ever try dialogue? Now I would just ask my students, has there been any experience of communication that has taken place? আমি আরেকটু বুঝিয়ে বলি, বাংলাতে বলি। এমন কোনো জায়গা আছে খুব ডিফিকাল্ট ছিল সিচুয়েশনটা, কোনো গভর্নমেন্ট অফিস বলো, কোনো একটা ওই আবার বলছি প্যান্ডেমিকের সময় এমার্জেন্সি, যেখানে কোনো চান্স ছিল না একটা কাজ হওয়ার, কিন্তু একটা ডায়ালগ থেকে কাজ হয়েছে। When you thought of collaborating with, when you thought of discovering something new, when you went with that positivity, when you went with that willingness. এরকম কোনো ইনস্ট্যান্স আছে নাকি? স্যারের কাছে বা whatever কোনো টিচারের কাছে গেছিলে and then you talk and you তার আগে কিছু প্রবলেম সলভ হচ্ছিল and then you could solve it, এরকম কিছু একটা হয়েছে ফ্যামিলিতে বলছিলাম, এটা একদম অন্যরকম, সেখানে অন্য ডিসকোর্স আছে, সেখানে তার অন্য ডাইনামিক্স আছে ফ্যামিলিতে, সেখানে মনোলোগ ডায়লগ সব আলাদা ডাইনামিক্স, আমি একদমই যাচ্ছি না। আমি বলতে চাইছি ওয়ার্ক স্পেসে, পাবলিক স্পেসে, ক্লাসে এরকম হয়েছে শুধু তো কথাতে আমরা অনেক কিছু সলভ করতে any one of these problems, some what to say, dead end মনে হয়েছিল আমরা চলে এসেছি and then suddenly you discovered something new. Have you ever unknowingly used this dialogue model ever? কখনো করেছো? নিশ্চয়ই করেছো। You must have done this. Maybe you don't want to right now. You're having problem. এটা হতে পারে তো নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম হতে পারে, কেমন জায়গা থেকে কথা বলছো? Unmute and speak. About Anuradha, See, Garima, Kushi, about others, Paramita. I can see so many students. Have you ever taken this dialogue? Am I audible to all of you? The students? All right. Am I audible
Maybe
to
there, no, maybe there are net issues because they're leaving at.
all right. All right. All right. All right. Fine. Fine. I am. Okay. So this is about, let me see how much time I've taken already. 5:40. Yeah. So this is all about, I think I have been able to understand the two models. Right? So one is a monologue. I hope you can understand monologue is not a very good option comes to your work. You need control your emotion and where you need to bring something out. Family dynamics is প্রত্যেক দিন তোমাকে ক্রিয়েটিভ কভার করতে হবে থাকে না এভরিডে বেসিসে but at work space everyday basis you need. There are multiple people who come from multiple backgrounds with multiple anxieties. All right? But if I am the one to feel that I have come with all difficulties today and I'm the only person who solves today's problem, so I have already chosen. So taking help of dialogue is not just a matter of choosing something strategically, but it's also a mindset that right that we need to learn on every day. এটা প্রত্যেক দিন সেলফ কাউন্সেলিং করতে প্রত্যেক দিন এক পা পিছিয়ে যাবো আর মনে হবে না এটা মনোলোভেই ভালো দূর ওর সাথে কথা বলতে প্রত্যেক দিন আই হ্যাভ টু কাউন্সেল মাই. Now I think that is all I think I have to say about in this short span of 15 minutes. That is all I can tell you about. And from this dialogue model তার মানে আমরা কোথায় করি thinking about a team where I'm not an individual. আমি সব জানি নয়. My team knows it. Teamwork. তো সেখান থেকে তাহলে আমি choose করলাম one leading to the other, that is the group. So why group discussion? I'm sure all of you. তাকে বলে কেন এই জায়গাটা আমাকে নতুন করে বলতে ইন্টিগ্রাল যে কোনো জায়গাতে গ্রুপ ডিসকাশন খুব কাজে লাগে. It's very important for you to understand what are the panelists looking for. Right. Suppose you go and you are sitting there, so table there with it, and you must be aware, maybe you are a group of 5 or a group of 10, maximum 15. But here you are being one. And when you are aware, there will be certain things, the ethics that I'm going to tell you that you can certain skills because it's about preparation. Now, when you are in a group discussion, think from a panelist point of view. যেমন যখন কোনো পরীক্ষায় আনসার এটা কার পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ এক্সামিনার কিসে খুশি হবে draw a line, leave a line, margin, underline. All right, why do you do all these things? Presentation is hello. Why? Because you want to get A. Because you want to get into an evaluator's head and then you want to evaluate yourself. Panelists মাথার ভিতরে ঢুকে নিজেকে evaluate. Half of the battle is won. So, discussion যখন হবে আমি খুব ভালো করতো যদি এখানেই আমরা অ্যাটলিস্ট একটা কারেন্ট টপিকের উপরে একটু গ্রুপ নীলা বা ঈশান who are active here আমি দেখছি it is feasible কিছু না একটা খুব কমন টপিকের উপরে আমরা এর আগেও অনলাইন কিছু ক্লাসে যদি had done and it had so let's see if we can do that. But before that, first thing is that the panelist is going to look at you, you are being watched, and ওরা তোমার মধ্যে দেখতে চাইবে whether you are able to make, are you ever confused? are your opinions? Are you a giver? Are you a sharer? Are you generating something new? And from what point of view are you interacting? Is that you are trying to find a problem to every solution? Or is it that you are trying to find a solution to every result is what? তাহলে আমরা টিম মেম্বারদের মধ্যে কি দেখতে প্লিজ এটা ভেবো না যে I am the one who has to begin the discussion. No, you can be the last speaker, but you can be the one who has been. How can you participate? আমি সবাইকে বলছি আমাদের আমরা বিভিন্ন রকমের মানুষ team people. Maybe I'm the person of, I'm a kind of person who has to always talk has to always take the lead. I don't understand anything. So I'm a kind of person I can't help myself. Right. There is somebody who always takes the middle position. क्योंकि what is there to last থেকে কথা what is the tension that is support that attraction that. All right. So when you are in a team, what are they looking for? Number one, are you an initiator? Check করে ডিসকাশনটা আচ্ছা আমি অলরেডি টপিকটা বলে দিচ্ছি যদি আজকে ফিজিবল হয় আমরা 5 মিনিটের জন্য যদি ট্রাই করতে পারি the topic is your topic something that you are doing that is টপিকটা শোনো e-learning a substitute for classroom learning. Let me type this. Meanwhile, people who want to prepare can prepare. E-learning colon a substitute for classroom learning. So this is the topic. Meanwhile, you think, suppose this topic has been given to you. You are given 10 minutes time to think, and then you start interacting. আমি panelist, আমি লুকিয়ে তোমাদেরকে দেখি. What am I searching for? To the initiator? Are you the information seeker? তুমি জানো না. না বুঝতে যাবে না. Maybe a topic has come, you don't know what is e-learning. Please wait for others to speak. একটা ভুল ধারণা যে আমি না জেনে আমাকে বলতে হবে না. You seek information from somebody. What is e-learning? Could you please elaborate? All right. So, are you the information seeker? Number 3, are you the information giver? Number 4, are you the one who is, putting the whole thing into a process? That is, are you the one who is, a procedure facilitator? Your facilitator. Are you facilitating the college? তুমি কি অলরেডি একটা জায়গায় বসে বলতে শিখেছো an opinion seeker কি বলছো বলো তো তোমার কি or are you the opinion giver? Are you a clear তুমি দেখতে পাচ্ছ একদম বুঝতে পারছি না are you the one who is clarifying? Are you the clarifier? Summarize. তুমি কি সেই যে সামারাইজ করছো? Are you the one who is providing social support to someone? Are you the one who is tension reliever? Who is relieving the tension? একটা খুব হয়তো ঝামেলার দিকে চলে এখানে টেনশন রিলিভ করছো? You the compromiser? Are you the attacker? Are you the humorist? Are you the economic? ওখানে আমি তাহলে ক্লাসিফিকেশন try to classify your body. আবার বলছি alright initiator তুমি নিজেকে বিচার ভাবো তুমি গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে আমি যে টপিকটা দিয়েছি সেখানে after this discussion how would you try to classify yourself? How would you try to look at your own self? নিজেকে analysis করো কাউকে জাজ করতে Are you the initiator? Are you the information seeker? Are you the information giver? Are you the procedure facilitator? Are you the opinion seeker? Are you the opinion giver? Are you the clarifier? Are you the summarizer? Are you the social supporter? Are you the tension relief? Are you the compromiser? Are you the attacker? Are you the humorist? Are you analyzing? সেই আমি তোমাকে টপিকটা দিলাম, সেই তোমাকে কোনো কোম্পানি কোনো অর্গানাইজেশন টপিকটা দেবে, will you try to you know apply your skills? Number one, টপিকটাতে আগে চুপ করে বসে এর দিকে তাকিয়ে অ্যানালাইজ করুন।
That's perfect. Madam, I think Shukalpo wants to say something. Shukalpo, if we can get some observation or something you want to share with ma'am. Shukalpo Ghoto. Shukalpo Ghoto. Yes, very nice. Talk. Okay, we can hear. বলো বলো, শুনতে পাচ্ছি, সব বোঝা যাচ্ছে, বলো। ওকে ওকে, হ্যাঁ তরুণ বাবু। হ্যাঁ
ও বলছে ই-লার্নিংটা আমার ভালোই লাগে।
আচ্ছা
ই-লার্নিং
আচ্ছা আর 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 গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে তুমি কে, তুমি একটু বলো। যেরকম ম্যাম বললেন এতগুলো ক্যাটাগরিজ বললেন না, তাহলে তুমি গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে কে সুকল্প? তুমি কি শুরু করো, কথা শুরু করো। হ্যাঁ ওকে, হ্যাঁ নাইস, থ্যাংক ইউ সুকল্প।
Thank
Okay,
you,
ma'am.
Oh, thank you. It will really help me,
Thank you. Welcome, Sukalpo. Be with us and do communicate. Do communicate. It is very good. Absolutely.
For your valuable feedback. Thank you. খুব ভালো লাগলো. This made my day. Keep in touch. So right. I mean, already I've given a topic. Try thinking. So প্রথমেই টপিকটাতে what should be your attitude? Don't look at others. কারো দিকে তাকাতে হবে না। সুইমিং এ তুমি যখন তুমি সুইমিং এ নামো, তখন তুমি তোমার কম্পিটিটরের দিকে তাকাও না, তুমি তোমার লক্ষ্যের দিকে তাকাও। You start plan in a structured way and you fix your time. Then you think what will be your strategy to pursue. All right? And please control your emotion. এটা প্রচন্ড একটা ইমোশনাল একটা কনসেপ্ট, এটা কাশ্মীরি নিয়ে দিয়ে দিন, তুমি কাশ্মীরি, বাট ইউ হ্যাভ টু বি ভেরি ব্যালেন্স। তো এই স্কিলস গুলো নিয়ে তুমি গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে নামো। এন্ড প্লিজ রিমেম্বার, আই হোপ আমরা আর 5 মিনিট আমি একটু নিয়ে নিই, তারপরে আমি এক্সপেক্ট করবো তোমরা লার্নিং নিয়ে গ্রুপ ডিসকাশন করবে। I'm very positive, but especially I have full faith in my students who definitely participate in community. আমি তোমাদের তার আগে কথা জিনিস করি, ডিসকাশন কিন্তু ডিবেট প্লিজ। একটা বেসিক কনসেপ্ট কিন্তু এটা বেস, এটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করো। ইটস নট আ ডিবেট। তুমি যদি ভাবো তুমি একা দারুণ বলে চলে যাবে, তাহলে কিন্তু to meet the team. What is the difference between group discussion and debate? Number one, debate is competitive. Debate is competitive. It is for and against. কিন্তু এখানে group discussion হচ্ছে cooperative. I have to cooperate. মানে এখানে একদম পার্সপেক্টিভটাই আলাদা, মাইন্ডটাই আলাদা। Debate is not cooperative. বলতো মানে এখানে ডিবেটে তুমি ফর আর এগেইনস্ট বলতে পারো, বা ডিবেটে তুমি বোথ বলতে পারো। It is a better option. You don't have to choose that. You can choose both. And the third is, debate is not for voting. You choose that concept. The debate is always building you. Now, what are the 4 major areas is usually you are marked, but it is more পুরো এরিয়া গুলো আমার নয় সাবজেক্ট কিন্তু করার নেই ঠিক যত ডেপথ অফ নলেজ নিয়ে সেদিন আসবে সে তত কেউ কেউ থাকে আমরা সামথিং বাট ভেরি গুড somebody is whatever in the politics right so basically it depends on the four people something two what are communication this is related out not the no you know you need to one thing that it's not a one-day workshop or 2 days is something kind of continuity to us কখনো আমার সামনে কখনো মত ডিসকাশন করা বলতে আমাদের যেটা কন্টাক্ট ফিডব্যাক might not be necessary for all the other but improve the বারবার বলেছি ডাক্তার your clarity of and তোমার তোমার নাম্বার অফ প্রবলেম কি তুমি যেটা ভাবছো সেটা ডেলিভার তো these are made তার সাথে দুটো জিনিস আছে which will never be told they might be not very important apparently but they are that is proper non-verbal contact কি করতে পারছি সেটা আমি বারবার চোখ নামিয়ে নিই body movement how is it facial expression তুমি ধরো এরকম আমি দেখেছি মিটিং চলছে facial expression right so you know এই সব ওই মনোলগের অ্যাংজাইটি থেকে আসে so that is very important this proper non-verbal cues that you are carrying I mean that is where 80% of the talking is done 80% of the talking non-verbal so your eye contact your body movement তুমি যখন ভুল করছো তুমি যখন পা নাড়াচ্ছো সেগুলো ছোটবেলায় স্কুলে শিখেছিলে তুমি চাও না শোনো না pretend করো you don't have to be honest over there you don't have to be Mahatma Gandhi over there okay then what that was that is with that outlook now let me see কতক্ষণ না আমরা এগুলোকে রিয়েল লাইফে প্র্যাকটিস করি কিংবা জানি না if the class is ready we can go for it or else we'll go to our next topic which is interview and interview is a very funny exercise that I keep on reading কেউ কি টপিকটার উপরে বলতে চায় that is e-learning or substitute for classroom learning I think is there anybody who wants to volunteer who wants to practice reading here right now on this topic which is yours rather anybody I'll take for 2 minutes for your response if not I'll move on to the interview
কেউ আছে কেউ কথা বলতে চাও এখানে ম্যাম যে মানে যে বিষয়টার উপরে বলছিলেন গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনের উপরে কেউ কথা বলতে চাও অনেক সময় এরকম হয় যে মানে অনেক কথা আছে ভেতরে কিন্তু বলা যাচ্ছে না এরকম কিছু কিন্তু এখানে লজ্জা পেও না সবাই কলেজেরই সব স্টুডেন্টস তোমরা এবং আমরা সবাই কলেজের বলো এটা তোমাদের হ্যাঁ ইয়েস সুকল্প না ভেরি নাইস আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ সেই তো সুবিধা তো হয় ঠিক কথা সুকল্প তো ঠিকই বলেছে আর কিছু বলবে আর কিছু শেয়ার করবে গ্রুপ ডিসকাশন গুড গুড
Take inspiration from Shukalpo.
yeah yes definitely
Yes, Guru, you can speak. Thank you, Shukalpo. So you are the initiator today. আজকে গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে তুমি হলে যে ইনিশিয়েটর। Yes, Guru, please do speak. Speak for 1 minute. So that you mute yourself.
ও বলছে ইন্টারনেট থেকে ই লার্নিং সিস্টেম অনেক কিছু জানা যায়।
আমরা বুঝতে পারি না, একদম বুঝতে পারছি না। Right, right.
গল্প প্লিজ প্লিজ ডু গিভ ইওর ডিটেইলস তুমি বলো তুমি তুমি কোন ডিপার্টমেন্টে অনার্স প্রোগ্রামের ছাত্র so nice
গল্প আমি ওয়ার্কশপটা তোমাকে ছাড়া করাতেই পারতাম না, সবাই মিউট হয়ে আছে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর ইউর মিনিংফুল পার্টিসিপেশন। আর কেউ কিছু বলবে?
আর কেউ আছো বলো
গল্পটা শুনেছো আশা করি সবাই। গল্প বলেছে ই লার্নিং, ও বলেছে অনেক কিছু জানা যায়। গল্পর কথাকে কিন্তু ইউ হ্যাভ টু কনসিডার এন্ড দেন ইউ হ্যাভ টু আগে নিয়ে যেতে এটা জার্নির মতো, শুরু থেকে শেষ নিয়ে যেতে হবে। শুধু হয়তো
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, as continuing the views of Sukalpo, ma'am, we can say that e-learning is one of the most fundamental thing that we are facing nowadays, as because we are separated to our house due to COVID, and we are getting the opportunity of having our classes directly from our homes only. So we can say that it's a success. And we can say that it also has some obstacles like that some might deviate from the studies, but overall we can say that e-learning is one of the most successful thing that has happened in this century. And that was all.
Thank you. So you said both, and that is very meaningful. All right. So again, it's not a debate, and that's what Ilavo has done, right? And see, Ilavo is also a procedure initiator. To initiate the course, but it's procedure facilitator. Into process that it wants to say, but I think there is a problem with the microphone. It's all right, but I think we have got, the gist of, discussion.
Hello.
Anything else?
Hello.
Yes,
So, ma'am, my name is Dishan Gupta. If I may continue with Nilava's point of view, in my opinion, the e-learning has opened up. Everything comes with its pros and cons. E-learning too has its pros and cons, in my opinion. Being since e-learning enables us to get in touch with education and educational faculties more easily and more I would say effectively with the the knowledge which previously we received by educational institutions. Now we are getting it through our through the means of technological devices. But you see, if we go to the cons, it has also enabled us to become quite lazy, and we have become quite lethargic, to be honest. And with regard to the effective on-ground reality or on-ground exploring and portraying our skills, it has become quite a nervous thing, and people are getting nervous breakdowns when it comes to the real life progress and portrayal, I would say.
Absolutely.
So So instead of giving a moral boost up, or instead of increasing a person's confidence, it has led to the degradation of that confidence in people, and people have lost the charisma in a sense, and which has also enabled them to get lesser scope of uh, getting success in interviews, if I say.
Ah, yes, yes. Very true. Ishan, introduce yourself, please. Yeah, yes.
My name is Ishan Gupta, and I study in the Political Science Honors Department of Durgapur Government College. And thanks to Nilanjana ma'am, I had a first-hand experience of group discussion previously in our MIL classes, to be honest. And today I got a bit nervous, to be honest, but everything went
It's
well.
all right. It's all right. This is what is all about the workshop.
These are
We are successful. We are successful, ma'am.
yeah. With every practice we learn, Ishan, right? This is a kind of, I told you, this is something that we need to prepare every day. Every day with your friends, আমি মনে পড়ে ক্লাসে বলেছিলাম যে একদম এই মক গ্রুপ জিডি গুলোকে তোমরা ইনভেন্ট করবে, তোমরা তোমরা ক্লাসরুমে বসে ক্যান্টিনে বসে ক্যান্টিন wherever you go, you can invent these topics and Ishan and Nilavo and everybody who talked, who initiated, participation. Basically, we started from somewhere, we have gone somewhere. In the end is again we have to তার মানে যেটা আমরা মনে করি যে ই লার্নিং তার সাথে প্র্যাকটিক্যালি আমাদের কিন্তু আমি এখানে
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Hello, ma'am.
yeah 1 minute
Ma'am,
time.
ঈশান যেটা বললো যে প্রস এন্ড কনস, আই উড সে যে এটা আমাদের উপর ডিপেন্ড করে আমরা কিভাবে এটাকে ইউজ করব। আমি যদি বেশি প্রিপারেশন নিচ্ছি তো ই লার্নিং আমাকে খুবই ভালোভাবে হেল্প করে। আর এটা অনেকটাই সুবিধা এখন, যেহেতু এইরকম সিচুয়েশন আমরা ক্লাসরুম অ্যাটেন্ড করতে পারছি না, তো ঘরে বসে আইসোলেটেড হয়ে আমরা সেই ক্লাসগুলো করতে পারছি, প্রিকশন গুলো মেনটেন করতে পারছি। Though it cannot fulfill the atmosphere of classroom, but it helps us.
আমি একটা কথা বলি, I have no problem with the content. Like the language we like it, প্রশান্ত, এই যে ঈশান that you said, okay? এইটা হবে গুরু তো এটাই বলবে that প্রশান্ত that now you have said, alright? তো এটা কিন্তু এটা I আর you তে বাকি কন্টেন্টটা ইউজ করছো। This is the kind of collaboration that you do. মিলে বসে আছো, মিলে
ma'am, may I speak? I have speak.
ma'am, I'm invisible panelist.
Okay, okay, yeah. So this is Surutali from the Department of English. I would like, as Prashanto has said something on the pros and cons, I would like to add something to that. For me, e-learning is the system where we have brought the physical classroom to the virtual platform. And I think this pandemic has compelled us to bring all those physical learning, the physical environment of a classroom to a virtual platform at a very large scale. But the problem is that when we switch from this offline to online mode, we were facing trouble. And now when we are switching from online to offline mode, we are also facing trouble. This adaptation is something which I think we have all faced. So this is the point of view from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And can I say something?
Yes,
I have only 1 minute. I totally agree with Uru. Like, as per my opinion, and as an introvert, I love this system like of e-learning. E-learning is seen as a convenient and it can be done when and where the learner wants. Like I will give an example. Some days back, Prashanta was cycling and attending the class. So that was comfortable, right? And he attended the class and did his work too. So in my opinion, it is a good thing. That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Just one thing. Remember, here you are to present yourself to an organization. So I'm not going to speak anything that might go against me. All right. So you are not going to introduce yourself as someone who is
Okay.
very careful, because again there will be an interview round. I mean, but interview round they ask you. All right. So there I cannot show myself as introvert. সেখানে আবার কিন্তু অনেক তার consequence, তার implication. So when you choose that, don't try to label yourself. Try to talk about the effect. All right. Try to have an objective relationship. এমন কিছু বলে দেবে না যেটা কিন্তু তোমার।
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you. Very good. So big clap to all the participants for the group discussion. Now moving on to the interview part. The group discussion where the interview. Interview, remember, is a rehearsal. Interview হচ্ছে আয়নার সামনে বসে নিজের সাথে ইন্টারভিউ। And what would be you be rehearsing? তোমাদের প্রিপারেশন কি হবে? আয়নার সামনে বসবে, বসে first of all try to appear calm and confident. Now how will you be confident? ওই যেতে গিয়ে so that you appear calm and confident, so that you have to prepare certain. I don't have a PPT for you, but if you have a paper and pen, please jot it down. Number one, কোন questions এর জন্য তুমি prepare করতে? Number one, tell me about yourself. এটা আসবে। And there, if I ask, all right, just a small experiment. আমি শুধু একটা experiment করব। Tell me about yourself. Somebody please tell me about yourself. Suppose আমি ইন্টারভিউ করছি তোমার, তোমরা এসেছো আমার সামনে বসে আছো। Tell me about yourself. It's not that difficult. Just in 2-3 sentences. Tell me about yourself. Come on. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Ishan Gupta. I'm currently an undergraduate in political science. Pursued this. I have pursued honors in political science from the Durgapur Government College. I'm currently still studying.
All right. So Ishan, that was perfectly okay. I think because we had already done a session on this. Otherwise, I still remember people telling me, introducing themselves. Oh, I'm introvert. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. All right. So these kind of things are meaningless. Remember, এটা কোনো তোমার truth or dare not. This is not an coffee with Karan show. You know, this is not a coffee with Karan show. So remember, you have to stress on these মনে রাখবে 2 or 3 accomplishments. You miss করলে, that is with experience and work history. Suppose you have gone for a particular job, সেখানে তোমার আরো কিছু আরো কিছু work history, এটা বা experience and education which you have done. All right. So you get 9 on 10. But 1 mark again হচ্ছে তুমি accomplishments বলেছো, তুমি education. See, what you forget is the very professional. You have to be very professional. আমার আঁকতে ভালো লাগে, আমার স্বপ্ন দেখতে ভালো লাগে। Right. I'm a very family person. Don't think they're expecting, they want an important participant in an organization. Or a point of view to be working on. Number 2 is, what are some of your strengths and weaknesses? What are some of your strengths and weaknesses? Now remember, when it comes to strength, তুমি গেছো একজন শিক্ষকের ইন্টারভিউ দিতে, সেখানে you have to appear for, as what to say, as an aspirant যে টিচার হতে চায়, সে যদি তার স্ট্রেংথে বলে যে আই এম ইন্ট্রোভার্ট, আমি খুব নিজের মধ্যে থাকতে ভালোবাসি, আমি খুব রিসার্চ নিয়ে কাজ করতে, বাট দে আর লুকিং ফর আ স্কুল টিচার। So relevant strength তুমি definitely I am an effective communicator, I am detail oriented, I am hard working, বলবে suppose if I ask you, what are some of your strengths and weakness? Strength আমি তোমার জানি বলবো, weakness in that case, anybody other than Ishan.
Ma'am, can I?
That's Neela was saying.
Ma'am,
Neela, you won't go wrong. I'm not going to ask you. So তোমরা free. Somebody else. যারা আমার সাথে ক্লাস করবে।
Yes, ma'am.
হ্যাঁ, প্রশান্ত বলো, what is
Hello,
your
ma'am.
weakness? Yeah.
Ma'am, weakness. Ma'am, I get nervous quickly.
Right. ঈশান, এটা কি প্রশান্ত ঠিক বললো?
I don't think that I have any weakness relating to my profession.
That's the answer.
If I have weakness, then I won't be getting selected for this profession.
Okay, I understand.
You understand, Prashant? I told you it's a truth or dare.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay. You have to be very serious. কিন্তু তোমাকে weakness বলতে হবে, আর Mr. Perfect তো বলা যাবে না। To use sense of humor. আমি বলি কি বলো, what is your weakness? আমি বলবো, ধরো আমাকে এনসি কে জিজ্ঞেস করছে, তোমার strength আর তোমার weakness. Strength, I'm an effective communicator, I'm detail oriented, I'm hard working, I'm a good researcher, whatever. আর weakness যখন আসবে, I will not be honest. করতে এসেছি। এখানে আমি সত্যি কথা বলতে আসি। আমি এসে বলবো চকলেট ইজ ডেফিনেটলি ওয়ান। My point, Prashant? You get my point? Chocolate is definitely one of them. Something which is not relevant to the job. Something that is not relevant. That তোমার জবকে কোনোভাবে will not try to show you as somebody who is incapable. Somebody who is a perfect package for this job. Prashant chocolate খেতে ভালোবাসে। Very fun. Nobody is going to give their serious weakness. So honestly, Jaida. Next, question number 3. Describe yourself in 3 to 5 words. আবারও বলছি, আমার ফুটবল খেলতে ভালো লাগে, আমার ক্রিকেট দেখতে ভালো লাগে, আমি মাকে ভালোবাসি, আমি বাবার সাথে খুব আমি মর্নিং ওয়াকে যাই। No. I'm loyal, I'm passionate, I'm funny, I'm positive. Something like that. Meaningful. 3 to 5 words you have. That very 10 to 25 minutes of interview is very crucial. তুমি যাচ্ছ একজন টিচারের জব খুঁজতে, আর তুমি দেখাচ্ছ তুমি একজন পাগল কবি, you will not be selected for it. Number 4, why did you leave your last job? Number 4 question, please note down করুন. Why did you leave your last job? কোনো controversial কথাতে যাবে না. You are not going to play the blame game. That company is bad. The very small one. So don't blame previous employees. Instead, what will be your answer? Keno agir chakri chhadle. If you have work experience, the first thing they will ask is that keno agir chakri chhadle. Suppose আমি DAV school ছেড়ে আমি সেন্ট জেভিয়ার্সে যাচ্ছি চাকরি করতে। জেভিয়ার্স ask me, কেন DAV school ছাড়লে? What is my answer? একদম বাজে DAV, একদম কথা ওখানকার প্রিন্সিপাল মাইনে দেয় না। No. Something else. What is that? I'm looking for better opportunities. I want to grow professionally, father. And that opportunity can only be here. I can feel I can fulfill my dreams, my career goals if I'm here at St. Xavier. You get my point, everybody? Why did you leave your last job? একদম অন্যদিকে নিয়ে চলে যায়। This question, what kind of compensation are you looking for? পাবে না, টাকা নিয়ে কথা বলতে হবে না। আমাদের মধ্যে একটা মিডল ক্লাস দ্বিধা কাজ করে। Not money. I'm here for money. So what kind of compensation are you looking for? You turn the question back to them. You say, what are you expecting to pay someone in this? Sir, আপনার কি মনে হয়? আমার মতন পজিশনে এক্স্যাক্টলি what are you looking for? What are you expecting? And of course, when they offer you something, 30,000, they job offer 45,000, be careful. That means you do some work. At the immediate থেকে চাইবে না। Second, তুমি ওদেরকেই বলো, the word comes from their mouth, from their end, and most importantly, you can do some homework. This is Next question, I'm not got a question. Do you work better alone or part of a team? আগে কোয়েশ্চেনটা করবে একা একা ভালো কাজ করো নাকি টিম হিসেবে কাজ করো। একা কোনো চাকরিতে ইউ গো ফর হোয়াট এভার জব, কোনো চাকরিতে এই আনসারটা দেবে। Are testing your nerve. And remember, they want you to collaborate and compromise. Mother has to see যে এই যে প্রশান্ত আমার ইনস্টিটিউশনে চাকরি করতে এসে কোলাবরেট করতে জানে না, এটাও কম্প্রোমাইজ। Always it is desirable to say I love to collaborate, I'm a team person, I love to work in. And if you are not that team person, go for the word both. Both. না দুটোই পাঠান, আমি আমার একাও মাঝে মাঝে কাজ করতে ভালোবাসে, তিনি কাজ করতে ভালোবাসে, বাট একদম কখনো এটা লাইফ একা ওয়ার্ক। Number 8, if you were an animal, একদম একটা ফালতু বোকা প্রশ্ন মাঝখানে করবো। One of them is like this. If you were an animal, which one would you want to be? Photo can't. Photo can't do. ওখানে যদি হঠাৎ করে আজকে আনান্যা বলে ম্যাডাম আমি এটা ছোট হতে চাই, no 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 no, they are testing your creativity. Immediately ম্যাডাম I want to be a tiger, I want to be a deer. Alright, এমন কিছু না ম্যাডাম আমি একটা শুয়োর হতে চাই, প্লিজ প্লিজ এই ধরনের আনসার দেন। একটা ইনস্ট্যান্ট সিরিয়াস কোয়েশ্চেনের মধ্যে you to be creative and intelligent. Alright, so please behave accordingly. Next, and question. How do you handle stressful situations? কারণ ওয়ার্কস্পেসে স্ট্রেসফুল সিচুয়েশন আসে। How do you handle stressful situations? And please, the answer has to be very positive. ওরে বাবারে আমি এসব পারি না, আমার ভয় পায়, আমার মাথা খাবে। How are you going to handle stressful? Positive. বলো যে আমি স্ট্রেসফুল সিচুয়েশন হ্যান্ডেল করতে পারি। And number 2, আমার স্টুডেন্ট যদি হও তাহলে দরকার হলে লিখতে বানিয়ে নিয়ে। You are, if you are someone who has no experience, তাহলে তোমার ইনস্টিটিউশনে তোমার টিমে কোনো একটা ফুটবল ম্যাচ বা কোথাও তুমি যেখানে স্ট্রেসফুল করবে, it's not invent one, but be prepared for that. So yes, I can, I can handle stressful situations. Number 10, why should we hire you? This is the most important question. Why should we hire you? The most important question. Answer to me at once. I can't create it for you. And please think logically, rationally. আবারও বলছি, বন্ধু পাতাতে যাও, it's a work space, কাজ করতে যাও। You have any last question ওরা যেটা করতে পারে, number 11, do you have any question for me or for us? ইন্টারভিউ বোর্ড তোমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে আমাদের your answer will never be no. If St. Xavier's father যদি প্রশান্তকে জিজ্ঞেস করে, প্রশান্ত, do you have any question for me? Prashant, no father, thank you. That's all father. I had a wonderful time. No. Questions গুলো কিরকম হবে? Questions গুলো definitely again don't talk about money or something. That is, when did you start with the company? Father, when did you first join here? এরকম কিছু একটা meaningful. Father, when do you enjoy most? Hours. Which is your favorite time of the class? Father, হয়তো তখন একটু বললেন। So you get my point? Am I clear to all of you? That's all. That is where I mean, actually, we don't have much time. I'm terribly sorry. Is it clear to everybody? Right. So এইভাবে সিচুয়েশন গুলোকে হ্যান্ডেল করতে হবে। আর লাস্ট আমি খুব বেশি সময় নেব না, I'll just take 5 minutes, and that is public speaking. অনেক জায়গায় you are expected মানে পাবলিক স্পিচ হয়, তুমি টিচিং প্রফেশনে যাও, যেখানেই যাও, পাবলিক স্পিচ কোথাও না কোথাও হয়তো তোমাকে স্টুডেন্টরা নিয়ে চলে গেল একটা পাবলিক স্পিচ জাজ হয়ে গেছে। পাবলিক স্পিচ অ্যাবাউট প্র্যাকটিস, রাইট? 15th August আমাকে একটা স্পিচ দিতে হবে, আমি 2 দিন the techniques is that look for some content in it, number 1. Number 2, structure. Number 3, prepare yourself. আয়নার সামনে বসে বডি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ঠিক করো, পশ্চার ঠিক করো, জেস্টার ঠিক করো, আই কন্ট্যাক্ট ঠিক করো। And also stress on যে এই জিনিসটা, stress on pause and থামো, মাঝে মাঝে একটা সেন্টেন্সকে 3 বার বলো, রাইট? পাবলিক স্পিচ এটা খুব এফেক্টিভ। হচ্ছে যে অডিয়েন্সের অ্যাটেনশন চলে যাচ্ছে, suddenly to draw them back, always try to repeat your point. No harm. And the common problem that we have is your lack of confidence. You speak sometimes too fast. That's not going to, attention. Number 3, appropriate your body language. Public speech সময় এরকম করে if you are not interested in your own words, nobody is going to be interested. আমাকে আগে নিজেকে ভালোবাসতে হবে, আগে নিজের শব্দ, মানুষ তোমার শব্দগুলোকে, you have to love your own work. People are not going to appreciate it, and it shouldn't be boring. Now, how do you do that? আরেকটা কথা, তোমরা যেহেতু বড়, তোমরা মেচুয়ার, প্লেজিয়ারিজম চেক করো। তুমি যদি কাউকে রেফার করছো কোনো স্পিচকে, তাকে অ্যাকনলেজ করো। প্লেজিয়ারিজম পাবলিক ভালো না। অ্যান্ড আবারও বলছি, ইটস অল অ্যাবাউট রিহার্সাল, প্রিপেয়ার হয়ে যাওয়া। পাবলিক স্পিচ কখনো না প্রিপেয়ার হয়ে যাবে না। স্ট্রাকচার ঠিক করে, কন্টেন্ট ঠিক করে, আয়নার সামনে আমি আমার লাইফে এভরিথিং আমি আয়নার সামনে। If you can face the mirror, you can face the whole world. That is what my father has said. You are able to face the world, face yourself. নিজেকে তুমি যদি ফেস করতে পারো, তুমি সবাইকে। With that, I end my talk. Hope I haven't bored you. Hope it was relevant. Thank you so much, Bhumika ji, for giving me this opportunity. And of course, the team.
Yeah, yes.
And my department.
For sure. Yes, ma'am. And I must say that today was the real practice for all of us. And yes, these students, they have participated well. Thank you so much to all of you. Ishan, Prashanto, Nilavo, Shukalpo for sure, and Urfi, and I suppose Garima, yes, and all students out here, যারা কথা বলতে পারলে না বা বললে না, আমরা জানি কিন্তু তোমরা খুব সুন্দর কথা বলছো, এখন অজস্র কথা বলছো, মনের মধ্যে একদম উথালি পাতালি চলছে, হয় এরকম যে ভাব এত বেশি চলকে ওঠে, থাকতে পাওয়া যায়, এরকমটা হয়। তো কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, we'll be meeting again and again and again, and we'll be inviting speakers, and yes, our own teachers and faculty members are there always for us. So this has been a very, very interactive session, madam. Thank you so much. And yes, I would just like to sum up, দেখো এরকমটা যে আমরা কোনো ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজের প্রতি একটা ভয়, একটা জড়তা তৈরি করে রাখি, কিন্তু এটা সম্পূর্ণ আমাদের। হ্যাঁ, আমরা যেহেতু একটা ভাষা ছোটবেলা থেকে খুব বেশি সচ্ছল, ওই যে প্রথম যখন মা বলেছিলাম বা মম বলেছিলাম, আমি কিন্তু মাকেই বুঝিয়েছি। তো সেই ফিগার সামনে আসলে দেখি বাচ্চা একবার, তখন কি হয়, তখন একটা শান্তি, একটা স্বস্তি বোধ করে। তবে এই স্বস্তি শান্তি কোথাও তোমার দেখবে ভাষা এবং ভাবের সাথে জড়িয়ে, একটা শব্দ থেকে হাজারো হাজারো শব্দ, এবং হাজার শব্দ থেকে তোমার মধ্যে বাক্য, তার ব্যাকরণ, তার মানে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন, না জানি আর কি কি করেছো আজ পর্যন্ত এবং আগামী দিনেও করবে। তো এই যে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ নিয়ে আমরা এই দুদিন ওয়ার্কশপ করলাম, আমি সমস্ত পার্টিসিপেন্টদের কাছে বলবো যে যা শিখেছো, নোটবুকে ছোট কোথাও জায়গা হয়তো কিছু লিখে রেখেছো, তোমরা কিন্তু ওগুলো এইভাবে প্র্যাকটিস, এবং যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, এবং আমি জানি আছে, তোমরা প্লিজ ক্যারিয়ার কাউন্সিলিং অ্যান্ড প্লেসমেন্ট সেলের মেইলে, যেখান থেকে তোমরা অনেকগুলো মেইল পেয়েছো অলরেডি, সেখানে সরি সেখানে কিন্তু তোমরা মেইল করে জানাতে পারো। আমরা অ্যাকর্ডিংলি আমাদের স্পিকারদের সেগুলো ফরওয়ার্ড করে দেবো এবং তাদের আনসার গুলো তোমাদের কাছে পৌঁছে দেবো। আর আবার বলছি যে গুগল ক্লাসরুমেও যদি কোনো মেসেজ দিতে চাও, there is always an option of even a private message. So you can also type there if you do, if you like, if you don't want anyone to see, সেখানে তুমি লিখতে পারো। ঠিক আছে? আর তোমরা সকলের বন্ধু তোমাদের তোমরা সাহায্যের হাত বাড়িয়ে দেবে, এই আশা নিয়ে আমরা থাকবো এবং আমরা আরো অনেক ওয়ার্কশপ শুধু তোমরা তোমাদের ইচ্ছা এবং অন্য কোনো টপিকের উপরে যদি চাও তাহলে কিন্তু তোমরা জানো। ওকে, so yes, this is almost like the end of it, and I am here again to execute and perform the last duty of mine, that is podcast. So yes, I do express my thanks primarily.
I think Rolly wants to say something, Bhumika. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I'm interrupting you.
yes, okay, ma'am. Hello.
Okay, good evening to everyone. Am I audible?
Hi.
Okay, so it was such a nice lecture, and I am totally elated. Like, I am so enriched by the lecture from one of my colleagues, and I think the students were also enriched. Just in relation to this dialogue or monologue which you have been talking about, I just want to share one of my personal experience regarding employment. So my mother tongue is Hindi, and my first language was English in school, and second language was Hindi. And when I applied for a job, like this job actually, so as my mark sheet has mentioned Hindi, the note was sent to the panelists that Bengali should be tested. So this was sent from outside to the panelists that Bengali should be. And I sat down, and there were whole like 7 panelists, teachers sitting there. One of was my acquaintance also. Anyways, so I was asked one question that আপনাকে আমি যদি বোর্ডে এই পার্টিকুলার প্যারাসাইটের লাইফ সাইকেলটা পড়াতে বলি, আপনি কি পড়িয়ে দিতে পারবেন? So that was the question, and I answered it in a very much confident manner by answering in Bengali, অবশ্যই স্যার। I said, অবশ্যই স্যার, অবশ্যই। And the next question was in English.
Great.
Yeah. So yes, so that is what I wanted to share. Like this dialogue actually has a lot of impact in these interviews if you have that confidence. So yeah, my daughter is
Yes. And things happen, like if I can catch up with Rolly's experience, there is also an experience on my side, and it is also of this interview and for this job. Similar thing. I was the last one to be called. I was there sitting in the CSC building for the whole day with my husband there waiting downstairs. All my papers and everything, people were going one by one, and I was the last one. So yes, I was very tired and fatigued, and I was like, আর ভালো লাগছে না, ঠিক আছে আমার আর দরকার নেই চাকরি, ঠিক আছে আমি ইন্টারভিউ whatever the question maybe I just give the answer and things like because I was very bold at that point of time. So যখন ultimately আমি ঘরের দরজাটা খুলে ঢুকবো, তার আগে কিন্তু 1 সেকেন্ডের জন্য I told myself that Bhumika, this is your chance. Once the door opens, you are in. People are talking with you. You cannot have. You have to prove something. You have been waiting for so many years for this one incident to happen in your life. But prior to that, I did not think you need a real. So you need to control, pacify. The point that Nilanjana madam was talking about in her speech is very, very, very important. That last minute, that 1 second, even a fraction of a second, can change your whole life. So I told myself, I entered the room, all smiling. So it was a real lifetime experience.
That's true. We all have this PhD interview experience. And this is it, they test your nerve. PhD. You're going to be gazetted officers and are you able to handle the situation, emergency situations. Exactly, self-counseling, preparedness, positivity, and full trust on the board. The board আমাকে শুনবে. A wish to collaborate, to connect. Positive. I'm Roddy, I'm needy.
It was a pleasure hearing all of your experiences.
We all can go back to the interview.
Yes, exactly. I'm hearing Bhumika Di, I really got the chills of the interview again.
Then it's end for today. The whole endeavor of the 2 day workshop.